Nothing in this recording is intended as investment advice, and the people in this recording may hold positions in the companies they talk about. Do not make any investment based solely on a tip or recommendation. Please do your own research.
Hello and welcome to Zak's Traders Cafe. Today I'm joined by David Elizaga, who is CFO at eDreams. How are you today, David?
I'm very well indeed, Zak. Good morning to you.
We're speaking in the wake of last month's record profits at your company, but maybe the first thing we can start off is specific aspects of the business. What's doing well and what's maybe not doing so well at the moment.
Well, maybe first an introduction, because people may have more or less knowledge of what eDreams is, and they may be aware from the, say, consumer client point of view, but not necessarily from an investor point of view. We are a subscription company that intermediates in travel. We have more than 7 million subscribers now across 10 different countries, and we have had phenomenal growth over the last few years. Last 2 years, we have grown cash EBITDA by more than 50%, and we have a growing community that supports us. I think that summarizes as well what has been going really well. Now, what has not been going so well, I don't really have a chapter that I can open up in that respect. It does seem that over the last few months, the consumer is choosing, on average, destinations which are a little bit closer to their home, or being more conscious in the number of days that they spend out, reducing what we call the average basket size of the booking. But that is something that doesn't affect us, our P&L, because of the subscription business model.
Right. In terms of the subscription is one of the most fascinating parts, I think, in business, from the .com era, when I think you started at that time as well. Your company started at that time. Everyone, whether it's in publishing or retail or anything else, wants to have a nice, juicy subscriber base, bringing in the money month after month after month. It seems to be, in many cases, it becomes like a north face of the Eiger, trying to get that consistency and that pricing power and that marketing, the cost of marketing, for instance, as well. How have you achieved that?
Well, you need to really transform your whole company if you really want to convert what was otherwise a transactional business model into a subscription business model. And in a transactional business model, I'm going to refer more to the industry that I know more, which is the one of travel intermediation. The usual company out there spends a significant amount of money buying the click, i.e. getting the customer to just enter the shop in the first place. And they try to offer something as good as they can. And once they have the booking, they try to minimize the cost the maximum possible, because they operate under the premise that they need to make money on every transaction, and that the customer is going to be notoriously disloyal and is going to, again, next time they travel in 3, 4, 6 months, they're going to basically auction themselves out again, look at 5, 6, 7 different alternatives, and they will have to reacquire the customer buying that click in Google or Skyscanner or whatever it is. And that's the mechanic of a transactional company. In a subscription company, the paradigm is completely different. You do not need to spend on marketing as much. You can invest that money that you would otherwise invest in marketing. You can spend it into giving discounts to the customers so that they have a really good price, and knowing that they're going to get a really good price. Over the course of the relationship, they're going to come back to you directly, time and again. You also have the ability to invest a portion of that money that you would have otherwise invested in marketing in customer service as well, because you really want to have a relationship over the longer term with the customer. So the component of customer service is really, really important in a subscription. You cannot operate with queues of hours of people not being serviced on the phone or not having good self-service help alternatives on your application. You really need to care about them. So the way you operate a subscription and the way you operate a transactional business model has very little in common other than the products themselves, the flight ticket, the hotel reservation, the car rental. The underlying products are the same, but the way you provide them to the customer is utterly different.
Right. In terms of the, you obviously, you covered the business model there, but how much of the business is actually a technology business rather than a B2C business?
It is completely a technology business. So if I were to invite you to our premises in Barcelona, which is where our headquarters are, what you would see is a lot of software developers. So the only thing we really are is a software factory. The software is applied to intermediation of travel in the form of a subscription. But that's what we have as employees. We have now about 1,700 employees. The vast majority of them are either software engineers or people that work with software engineers to explain to them what the customer needs and how they need to deliver that to the customer, and therefore helping them to put the product in place. But that's all we do in reality. It's a very, very technological business.
Obviously, these days, everyone and their mother says that they're using AI. Probably even the chicken farmer would say that they're using AI as well to deliver the eggs. How much is AI a part of your business, and how much has it transformed your business?
You are absolutely correct that today everyone seems to be doing AI and claim to be doing AI, but if you scratch the surface, not many people are actually doing it, because people confuse opening up a window in your homepage that is a connection to ChatGPT where you can ask questions to saying that they're doing AI. That's not doing AI. You do AI when you utilize AI in a way in which it makes your customer's life easier. That is using AI. So we use a lot of AI in terms of how we operate the user interface. One example, this is let's say an intersection between AI and subscription, because people come a lot to us and they come recurrently to us. We get to know what they like, what they actually appreciate. We see their choices in the searches. And the next time they come, we can show to them the content in a way that is fitted to their needs. That is AI at the best, putting it there. The vast majority of the customers choose what in the first search shows up in the first three positions, which is really unique when you're talking about searching for a flight, for instance, because you get many thousands of results out of a search of, I don't know, a lot of flights from London to Rome, right? If you're able to give to customers what they need because you know them deeply based on the data that they have, provided to you through continued interactions, that's AI at its best. And that is just one small example. We apply it throughout the platform.
All right, just maybe a cheeky question, but if you were described as an AI technology company providing services to retailers, and you were listed in America, wouldn't your market cap be 5 or 10 times greater than it is now?
We believe in things which are sustainable, right? And you can really inflate balloons all you like and say, hey, we do X, Y, and Z. The proof of the pudding, I think, is what you say here in the UK, is if afterwards it actually works and there are real financial results underpinning your claims. So potentially what you say is right. It may or may not be right. We believe in delivering and providing real results out of the way that we manage technology. And then the valuation will go to the right place, and it will go hopefully in a sustainable manner.
Right. Just looking forward. I mean, clearly you're in a good place at the moment. Record profits, etc. market cap 900 million euros or something like that, or something of that order. So nearly a unicorn. But it appears that you do want to grow, you do want to expand, you want to make that geographical footprint as big as possible. How are you going to do that, and are you funded to do that?
Indeed, one of the, let's say, what really will drive the size of the company and therefore the valuation is continuing to grow the subscriber base. That is now at above 7 million. It's at 7.26, the last number we published. And one of the ways of growing the subscriber base is indeed taking the subscription format to more markets, right? We are in the subscription format in 10 markets currently, and we have another 34 markets in which we're only transactional. And we will deploy the subscription business model in more markets in the next few years. That's certainly one of the avenues. We are fully funded. Not only are we fully funded, but we actually, while we grow, like we've been growing over the last couple of years, we produce cash at the same time. So we're not in a phase in the company in which we're consuming cash and need to invest in order to grow market share. And then hopefully sometime in the future, there will be a monetization. Last year, we grew 50% our cash EBITDA, got to a number of 180 million euros of cash EBITDA, and produced 100 million of free cash flow to shareholders at the same time. So we believe in a way of managing the company in which we couple growth at a very nice clip with the production of free cash flow.
So basically, you are in a position to expand geographically and not need to raise further funds. Obviously you could, but you don't. You're not. There's no obligation to do so.
That is correct.
In fact, does the share buybacks, or do the share buybacks that you're doing, does that indicate that you are, let's say you don't have more money than you need, but you are in a very healthy position?
Yes, absolutely. We've been buying back our shares for about a year now, and we're going to continue to do so. On the debt front, we just refinanced the company about 2 months ago, and have debt that is out 5 years in terms of maturity at a very nice interest rate. We have the privilege of having a bondholder base who have been around with us with a long period of time, and they appreciate the company very much. We actually were able to refinance at the lowest coupon of any European company in the last 4 years for our credit rating. And therefore, on the debt side, you say we're very stable, and therefore the most likely use for the free cash flow that we continue to generate is to continue to repurchase shares.
Well, on that upbeat note, David Elizaga, CFO at eDreams, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, Zach, and thank you to our listeners.